President Obama recently announced the opening of 8 frontier areas in the United States for the outer shelf exploration and development of oil and gas. I oppose that policy. And I wanted to explain to my colleagues why I oppose that policy. Secretary Salazar said that we need to protect our most environmentally sensitive areas from drilling. I agree. The president's announcement protected the West Coast and the North Atlantic. But I can tell you, just talk to any people in this region, and they'll tell you that the Chesapeake Bay and our coastlines in this area are just as precious and just as vulnerable as the West Coast of the United States or the North Atlantic. I oppose the president's policy because there are other areas currently available. 68 million acres that have not yet been explored are available in this country for oil and gas exploration. Many of those areas are on the outer continental shelf, so there's no need at this time to expand that network. And I must tell you, the risk-reward is what I am mostly concerned about. The risk of doing environmental damage versus the little oil that may be in these areas. It just doesn't pay. I heard the advocates of offshore drilling say, well, modern technology has substantially reduced the risk, that we now know how to deal with this issue and avoid any type of catastrophic environmental risk. Well, Mr. President, let me share with you this photo. You're looking at the deepwater horizon in the Gulf of Mexico. This photograph occurred at an accident just 8 days ago, in which there was a tragic explosion and fire, in which people lost their lives, which is the greatest tragedy, the loss of life, but also created an environmental disaster 8 days ago. Now, let me tell you something. Deepwater Horizon is considered to be the most technologically advanced offshore oil rig in the world. $600 million was spent in constructing this so it would be safe. My point is, it exploded, and it cost people their lives, and it's created an environmental disaster. This oil rig is located 50 miles southeast of Venice, Louisiana. There were 700,000 gallons of number 2 fuel on board that burned or was spilled into the Gulf. It's currently leaking about 1,000 barrels a day going into the Gulf of Mexico. It is spreading. We're struggling to deal with the cleanup of the bay. It's hard enough just dealing with the known pollutants that come in from farming and from development and from storm runoff. Put into that a potential oil spill, and it would set us back decades in trying to restart our oyster crops and help our watermen with the blue crabs and to deal with the returning of the rockfish. It's too great of a risk. As Secretary Salazar said, there are certain parts in this country that are just so environmentally sensitive, they're not worth the risk. The West Coast of the United States, North Atlantic, and I tell you that the coast around the Chesapeake Bay falls into that category. We should not permit that type of drilling. Now, we can do something about this. We're going to have a chance. I'm a strong proponent of what Senator Kerry is attempting to do in bringing forward a bill that could solve all 3 of our problems: creating jobs, dealing with our national security, and responsibly dealing with pollutants in our environment and be an international leader dealing with carbon reductions. All 3 of those solutions can be done without this drilling. We'll have a chance to say something about it. And I just urge my colleagues to take a look at what happened off the Gulf of Mexico and to work with us to make sure that we have sensible energy policy in this country. And help me and help our nation protect the Chesapeake Bay and protect those lands that are just too valuable and too sensitive to risk oil drilling.